Hi, I'm Chef Christo Gonzales, and today I'm going to show you how to make Brie Risotto. So we got a piece of Brie, we have our risotto, we have our pots and pans back here, and we're going to put it all together. But I'm going to start off first by cleaning up the Brie a little bit. All right, so what we're going to do is we have a piece of Brie here, so we're going to clean off all of this off the Brie because we're going to be putting it into our risotto. So we want the risotto to be very creamy, and the rind of the Brie will hinder that extra creaminess that we're after. So we have our rind gone, we have our risotto. Risotto is our boreal rice. It's a short grain rice, very starchy. We're only going to be making 1 or 2 servings. We're not going to be using all of this. A little butter, a little green onion, and we're going to put about half a cup of rice. We're not making a lot of this, like I said. Now risotto takes about 20 minutes or so, and you can't skimp on that. And the secret to a good risotto is stir, stir, stir. Because the stirring is what releases the starch and makes it creamy. We have a little bit of vegetable broth here that I've put in this pan. We're going to start with that, and then we're going to continue on with just plain water. So we have our risotto is nice and coated with the butter. I'm going to put that in and stir it until it's gone. Once that evaporates, we're going to add more. And we're going to continue doing that. It's going to take about 20 minutes. And broth and stirring, broth and stirring. You can see that it's starting to get a little bit creamy already. And that's what you want. You want the starch of the rice to get the risotto its natural creaminess. And you don't want to cook this until the rice blows out. You want to cook it until the rice is just al dente and the risotto's loose, creamy, with a little good rice bite. So we're almost ready to add in a little bit more. Stir, stir, stir. So you see we've switched to a bigger wooden spoon now. And as you can see, the rice is getting a little bit more plump. It's starting to get a little bit more creamy in there. But we're going to keep going for a while. It's been about 10 minutes now. We're about halfway there. And when we get down to about the 15, 18 minute mark, then we're going to put the cheese in and let that melt, get it nice and creamy, and then we're going to plate it up. You keep adding the broth or the water slowly, and then as it disappears, you add more, stirring, activating the starch. You can use beef broth, chicken broth, veal broth, fish broth. This is a vegetable base. So now we've been about 15 minutes or so. We're going to now start putting in our pieces of Brie, letting those melt. And we're going to stir that until it melts. It's going to be thickening it up at the same time. You can see it's getting nice and creamy now. Now we're not adding any additional cream or Parmesan or anything like that. We're just going straight Brie with scallion and a vegetable base. And we start off with a little butter to toast the rice. Okay, so now we just want this to tighten up a little bit more. And once it tightens up, we're ready to put it on the plate. We don't want it to get too thick. We want good risotto, I think, is just nice and loose. We don't want it to kind of clump out like oatmeal. We don't want it to be too runny either. We're almost there. Okay, so now you see it's changed texture and consistency completely. Now it's got a nice al dente bite, it's creamy, and it's ready to put on in a plate. Risotto now, we're going to just get a nice portion out here. A little green onion on top, and there you have Brie Risotto. Well, let's see how it tastes. Got a nice al dente bite. You don't want to try to rush it. It takes 20 minutes. You've got to stir it. You end up with a nice creamy texture and ooey gooey goodness. And the Brie, really nice flavor. I'm Chef Christo Gonzales, and this is how to make Brie Risotto.